Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Since there really isn't anything interesting or noteworthy in the cinemas as of late, Dad and I decided to rent a movie from Redbox. And that movie was Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. And Michael Douglas is in it as Gordon Gekko. Shia LaBeouf plays Jacob Moore. I'm not sure who played Winnie, but she was terrific. I thought that she portrayed her role just fabulously. And Charlie Sheen makes a cameo appearance, just in one scene. And, you know, he looked really good. He looked fantastic. And I just pray that he's able to come out of rehab a changed man and just makes good with the industry again. Because I like him, and I think that he can do better than what he has been doing. But I digress, excuse me. This film is basically encapsulating just the insidious nature of greed itself and what greed can do to families. And you can see that because of Gordon's mistakes, that he is kept from his daughter, and eventually they do reconcile and make amends, which I think is absolutely tremendous. It happens at the very end of the film, and I'm not really going to say how this culminates, because if I do, then that would give away a really huge plot point, and I don't really wish to do that. But as far as movies go, I really enjoyed this, and Michael Douglas was just superb in his role of Gordon Gekko, and you really feel the conflict for his character, and then other times you just want to hate him. And you feel the same way for Jacob. And it seems like every relationship in this film is messed up in some way, shape, or form. They don't exactly have trust, or even a semblance of the word, because Jacob, he works in the world of Wall Street, and it's basically who has the biggest dog in the fight, and who can manipulate whom, and who can swindle whom, and what people are out for is money and getting more money. And it just seems to me to be just inane, and it just doesn't really make that much sense to me why you would let something like that become such a central focus in your life, when life is not all about money. Yes, sure, it is a necessity, and we all need it in order to survive. For the conveniences that many of us take for granted. And this goes into why family is so important over money, and love, of course. And I liked the nature of that message, and of course Oliver Stone, I think he did just a tremendous job directing this whole thing. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was 3.5 out of 4. It wasn't a perfect film, because there were some times where it kind of dragged a little bit, but biopics are notorious for this. They can be kind of slow and kind of deliberate, but I think it was good in order for the whole story, as it were, to be played out as a whole. And I really think that it is a really excuse me, magnificent film. And I think anybody who is interested in the world of finance and just how cutthroat it is, just how insane and crazy this world is. I would never want to be involved with stock exchange. It's there's no control. It's just, well, I could say it's controlled chaos, but that would be an oxymoron. But I have no better verbiage for it. But that's basically what it is. It's just utter lunacy. But at the very end of the film, it culminates in a happy ending, and I also thought that was a good message. It's just like the former film, The Social Network, that I reviewed, and I'm going to say a little bit about the director of that film. I really didn't know the director of that film very well, but I think that he did a really tremendous job with what he was given, and he dealt really just flawlessly with the whole concepts of greed as well. Both of these films have similar plot lines. If you think about it, it's interesting to see how the two correlate, and just how basically in the end everything is made right. And I think we're led to believe that no matter how bad a situation becomes, there is a silver lining to every cloud. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. There really truly is. And I just wanted to add a note about my life currently as well. And I admit that I've made mistakes, yes, and I've been learning from those mistakes, and I'm glad I'm learning from them now, rather than say 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. God forbid, I'm still learning from mistakes then. I know I will still make mistakes. I'll make different mistakes than I have now, but at least I'm not making the same mistakes that I did 5 years ago, and I'm a stronger person because of that. And thanks to this film, I don't want to become greedy. I never want greed to become a centerpiece of my life. And when I find the right man and settle down and get married, I just don't want it to become the forefront of everything. I want honesty, integrity, and understanding built on conversation, and the fact that we can have consensus. And I know it sounds like an awful lot to learn from just one film, but I sincerely did, and I think that anybody who watches this film can learn from that as well. And I give it 3.5 out of 4, as I said already, 2 thumbs way up, and it's definitely worth a watch.